Hi, I'm Kristen of White Arrows Home, and I'm so thankful you're here with me at my lakeside log cabin home in the North Woods of Wisconsin. I love sharing with you every month my thrifted finds, my antique and vintage finds that I have found, and they've made their way into my home. So let me go ahead and share with you what has come in this month. Many of these things have been found on little adventures with my friends. I love going around and finding things with them as we either take a day trip somewhere or we meet up in town and have coffee and then go hit the antique shops. Or sometimes I'm just driving by on my own and I think I want to stop in. Sometimes I even find things out of my own shop. So I have an antique store in Minocqua, Wisconsin called White Arrows Home. And I love finding things, curating things, putting some of my own finds into the shop. We are a mix of vintage, antique, and new things. We have furniture, accessories, we have gifts and books, pantry items, apparel. It's really a whole life store. If you can come in and see us, we're open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 3. And then you can find us online at whitearrowshometheshop.com anytime. You can shop from your pajamas at home on your couch and then have it shipped to you. You can find us even on Etsy and other places that you love to shop. So I sometimes do take things home from my own shop, things that have been brought in that I'm like, oh, I really, really love that. But then I also bring lots of things in myself. So none of my items this time are from White Arrows Home, but some of them are from little local stops. If you're looking for a great way to get away and explore somewhere new, or you already love the North Woods, I just encourage you to come up to Minocqua, the Lakeland area. It's a beautiful, beautiful place any time of the year. Great place to bring the girlfriends. I share on my Instagram and Facebook great places to stay, like the Naughty Barrel Lodge right downtown. There's just so many great places. We help decorate the Naughty Barrel Lodge, and it is full of vintage decor. You feel like you're right at sleepaway camp when you go and stay there. It's just beautiful. Think triple bunk beds. Think barrel table and chairs. Perfect for playing mahjong or any of your favorite games. Cozy sofas to look out at the lake or to watch movies. Super fun. So plan a little girlfriend's getaway, a little couple's getaway, a little getaway with your mom and your sisters, and go antiquing. Visit White Arrows Home and the other great antique shops in the area. You will love it. So yeah, I love to go with my girlfriends to find special antiques, and that's what I've done recently. This is one of my sweet finds. It's a tablecloth, and I just love the pattern. Love, love, love. Ralph Lauren. When I was in college and graduating, getting my first apartment, I had this gorgeous Ralph Lauren bedding. Always been a fan. And it was kind of the opposite of this. It was the pinks and reds was the background, and then there were the flowers all over it, and then I had a big denim comforter as well. So when I saw this, it was just instantly something I knew I already loved so much. My bed at my mom's and dad's house is also makes me think of this. It's another Ralph Lauren pattern that's these kind of same beautiful blooms. But I loved this tablecloth to use summer, spring, for girls' tea. Look how good it looks with this plaid over here. So another beautiful thing about tablecloths, I mean, when you find beautiful pieces like this, if it's at a great affordable price, it's also great to get it to just be extra fabric. This could be cut up and put into pillows. It could be used for curtains. It could be used to make a little apron. There's so many things that this gorgeous fabric could be used for. So right now my plan is that I will use it on the table, a beautiful long table, and just enjoy it that way for a while. But then I may decide that I want to switch it and do something different. I also have fabric that I hang over our cubbies when you come in our entryway. So I have these big cubbies that I designed with a carpenter, and are kind of like dimensions to make them were that their big backpacks when they were in elementary school would fit inside of them. So they could put in their snow boots, their big backpacks, all those kind of things. And then rather than just leave it open for everybody to see the chaos, I did a curtain rod and little curtain clips, like shower curtain rod clips, and then I did fabric down to make a curtain. So that is easily taken off and washed. It's easily switched out for seasons or for finding another pattern of fabric that I love. At my shop, we sell some gorgeous fabrics. We work with a wonderful vendor, and we make curtains and lampshades and pillows, and we reupholster. So we do all kinds of projects at the shop. And so picking out a fabric for my cubbies is always something that I've loved to do too. But this could also work beautifully there. So I love to mix florals and plaids, ginghams, all the different patterns together. I'm a big color girl and pattern girl, and this one I just fell in love with. So I'm super excited to get that one on the table. I also love collecting vintage books, and I found a great one. I pick them based on their titles. A lot of them are things that have to do with the woods or lakes or vintage camping, all kinds of things like that. But I also love biographies about people. We're history buffs in our household, my husband and I and our kids. So we love watching documentaries together. And historical fiction is one of my favorite genres to read about. And then my husband usually sticks with nonfiction and lots of biographies. And so I found this biography on Winston Churchill. So I love that it just said boldly his name down the spine. And it's just blue, because often I will pull colors out at certain times of the year in my vignettes, on the bookshelves where I style some of them, like on our boat bookshelf or on our mantle. I'll pick different colors for the seasons, like I might do greens in the spring, I might do blues different times of the year, I might pull reds with the blues and whites for summertime, do red, white, and blue. So sometimes it matters what's on the spine, and sometimes it just matters the color. But I loved this one. I knew I would keep that where you could see it on the spine, but could also use it for just the color of blue. So I was excited to find this little Winston Churchill, and I found it at the thrift shop for just like $2. So I always go through the books. Every time I go through a thrift shop, I always look to see what's there. And the antique shop as well. I love to just scan the titles, see if anything sticks out to me. So that was a exciting find. And I love when you hear that crinkle of paper, then you know there's something inside there that must be special. This is another thing I found at the thrift shop. And we have wood coffee tables and other things, even our dining room table, that I love to keep the cold coasters or the cold drinks off of. So when I can find coasters, I love to have those out. So I found these great ones. So they have a little patina on them. So I'll get them polished up, but they sit in this great little holder. So how great to have that sitting on the table, on the bar, on the coffee table. And then we can pull off the different coasters. So there's 6 of them in here, and they can be easy for guests to know, because that's one thing I notice when I go to people's homes is everyone isn't sure what to do with their drink. So if there's not coasters around that they know that they can just grab, then they feel bad. They're like, waiting to see where to put their drink down until they find a napkin to set it on, because they don't want to put it on your books, they don't want to put it on your table. So having coasters ready to go is a great thing to help your guests know what the expectation is and not to feel awkward. So I love finding beautiful little sets of coasters around. So some I might keep, like I said, up on the bar, and some I might have on the table, and some I might have on the coffee table. And this I just loved. I love mixing metals. I love mixing kind of the upscale of this this silver plate, and then also with rustic. So I love mixing things up together to just add those layers of story. So a super fun find. So love that, and thrift store prices as well. So more paper crinkling, more surprises coming out. Oh, wait till you see this one. So the next two, the last two today kind of fit together. So when I was a little girl, so I should pull out the next one too. So they're two little birds. So when I was a little girl, my grandmother, my mom's mom, passed away when I was 2 years old. So I do not remember her or know her, but I know of her for stories I've heard, but also her special things. My life and my home are full of her special things. And they just make me feel connected to her. They make me know how much I would have loved being around her. I also know that because my mom's amazing, so I know her mother must have been amazing. But one of the things when I was little is my mom had a bookcase, and on the shelves were my grandmother's bird collection. So she had all these little birds on it. Well, now I have a few of them. My daughters each have a few of them. They've been passed through the family. We don't have a whole collection all together anymore like I loved looking at when I was little. I would go in there, and you may remember as a kid when you felt like you had uninterrupted time, that you could just play something, just color something, just read something, just look at something because it was interesting. And to get back in that habit as grown-ups, to just take time when you're interested and curious to just look at things and just see things and the details of them and wonder about them and get curious where you want to look up and learn more. I'm always trying to find more ways to do that. And so when I saw some of these little birds at the antique shop, that reminded me of some of the birds that she had in her collection and that I used to pick up off the shelf. And remember that too, when you got to take care, you got to hold something that was breakable and hold something that was so special. And I would take one off the shelf and I would just look at it for the longest time and take in the details of it. And then I'd put it back and pick up another one. And I just loved that. And it didn't really turn me into a bird watcher or a bird person or collector. Not yet anyways. That's probably still coming. But it sure let me just have a sweet spot in my heart when I saw these little birds, and I knew I wanted to bring more in to kind of build up that collection of hers, and to set some on the top of a stack of books, to put one on the kitchen ledge, just different places next to a picture of her. I mean, how sweet is that? Something that she would be smiling down about for sure, knowing that her granddaughter has such affection. So these little birds were such a sweet, sweet, sweet find that I'm just excited to add into my decor. And just a little something. And what a sweet thing even to gift someone as part of their little basket of sweet flowers for spring and May Day or something. There's so many ideas. So don't forget to go to antique shops and thrift shops when you're looking for gifts for people, because you can find a lot of great things. So I love these sweet little birds. So this month I brought in these little birds to my collection. I got the great coaster set, the Winston Churchill book, and the gorgeous tablecloth. So some sweet finds that just bring a lot of joy. We love to surround ourselves with the people and things that we love, and that's what we can make room for. So I hope that you have room in your heart for more joy and more of the people to spend time with that you love, and things that you can style around your home to help build more memories and your house to tell its story. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope that I'll see you again next month as I share more of my vintage finds. Thanks so much. Remember to follow your arrow.